Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, everyone. A Biden appointed U.S. attorney was found dead inside her home earlier this morning. Come on in, folks. Come on in. Come on in. Whoa, what in the world is going on here, people? Alexandria, Virginia, the top cop for the Eastern District of Virginia during Joe Biden's presidency was found dead inside her bed this morning. Come on in. This is interesting, and I have a lot of questions, and a lot of people are like, whoa, whoa. 43 years old, Jessica Aber. Jessica Aber, and she was appointed to be the top law enforcement officer in the Eastern District of Virginia and resigned right before Donald Trump took office. She resigned a couple months ago. This morning, there was a call of a woman found in her bed dead. And I got the dispatch call that we're going to share. Now, I have a lot of questions here, and I'm sure you do too. That's why there's a lot of people in the chat that are wondering about this. This is circulating around amongst the media. People are talking, and there's a lot of opinions. The opinions go all over the map, from rest in peace, sorry this happened, she was just young, praying for her and her family, to some really interesting talk. You know, what did she know? Is there some sort of conspiracy going on? Was she murdered? People are talking about Epstein. People are talking about the Clintons. There are a lot of people are bringing a lot of things into this, and we're going to talk about it and share what's going on. Now, authorities had said they put out a statement, and they say an investigation is underway. An investigation is underway on how this person died. However, the investigation is a matter of protocol. Protocol. Medical examiner, 43 years old. We're going to talk about her a little bit. I have an old rare interview from her. She doesn't talk that much to the media, but her role was to stop guns and drugs in the Eastern District of Virginia during Joe Biden's presidency. What's going on here, folks? I tried to see if there was a picture with her and Biden. I couldn't, but look what we got here. We have her speaking at a press conference, and you know those two figures. You know those two figures, right? Merrick Garland, Mayorkas, Garland, Jessica Aber, A-B-E-R. What happened here? They're saying cardiac arrest. That's what the dispatch call says, cardiac arrest. And I'm going to play the dispatch call in a second so we all can listen in. Now, I saw this pop up, and I was looking around for some info, to share with you and what's circulating. We kind of go with what people are saying, the talk of the town and everything like that. There's not one YouTube video centered around this incident that occurred yet. Hopefully, we get some more. Hopefully. And, we're not going to say that this is suspicious, but a lot of people are questioning that. We're not going to say, hey, this is suspicious. We're not going to go like, oh, she was murdered, or this is some sort of plot, or she knew too much. People are saying vaxxed. They're saying a lot of different things, the conspiracy theorists. But regardless, I think in this situation, I think this conspiracy is going to last forever on this one. I really do. Reason being is, the Clintons are, there's an actual Wikipedia page about the Clinton body count. And they're naming a bunch of names that mysteriously died under Bill and Hillary Clinton. Well, I think this is going to happen with Biden, possibly. I see where this is going. I kind of see. You kind of have to read the room a little bit, right? You read the room a little bit. So what happened, folks, is the media is putting out former federal prosecutor found dead in her Virginia home. A former federal prosecutor was found dead Saturday morning at her home in Alexandria, Virginia, authorities say. Officers with the Alexandria Police Department were dispatched to a home at 9:18 a.m. on a report of an unresponsive woman. They arrived to find 43-year-old Jessica Aber, former U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, dead at the scene. It was not immediately clear if the home belonged to Aber or who had contacted the police. Her cause of death will be determined by a Virginia medical examiner's office. No further details were provided. Police said in a statement, as a matter of protocol, an investigation is underway surrounding the circumstances of her death. Now, that's protocol, but it is interesting. Now, this media report says nothing about cardiac arrest. She was appointed by Joe Biden to the position in August of 2021. She was unanimously confirmed by the Senate. What's going on here, people? What is going on here? 43 years old, found dead in her bed. I'm going to play the dispatch call. Dispatch call. I got the dispatch call, and I will let you decide. Listen in, folks. We're going to play this a few times so you can hear it.
210 Alpha 211, any additional units evac to assist fire for the cardiac arrest, 916 Beverly Drive, 916 Beverly Drive. Priority responses authorized 0918. It's going to be for a 46-year-old female found in bed, unresponsive, not breathing. The caller has refused CPR. Fire is en route. 233, you can send me. All right. 210 Alpha 211, any additional units evac to assist fire for the cardiac arrest, 916 Beverly Drive, 916 Beverly Drive. Priority responses authorized 0918. It's going to be for a 46-year-old female found in bed, unresponsive, not breathing. The caller has refused CPR. Fire is en route. 233, you can send me. All right.
All right, so they said she was 46. She's 43. So they got her age wrong in that dispatch. They said 46. She's 43. That's what the media is reporting. Unresponsive, cardiac in her bed. Unresponsive on Beverly Drive. The media, it is her because the media is putting out that they got dispatched to, for instance, ABC 7. I just want to say, Beverly Drive. You heard Beverly Drive. ABC 7 is saying, former U.S. attorney for Virginia, Jessica Aber, found dead in Alexandria. And they're saying the 900 block of Beverly Drive around 9 a.m. It's actually 9:18. ABC News puts out 9:18, that she was found 9:18. Okay? So what is up here? What's going on? A lot of people are talking. We're not a conspiracy channel. You know, we are realists and everything like that. Very well could be natural causes. Natural causes. What do you think? Cardiac? Is the people in their 40s? She looked pretty healthy to me. But you never know what's going on in someone's body. And it's just showing you, again, that anything can happen to anyone when it comes to health. Now, she was an advocate for to take opioids, to tackle the opioids crisis, and also gun crisis. And the U.S. Attorney's Office also gave a statement. So where should we go now? What should we talk about? Well, I'm going to share a clip with you, kind of a one-on-one interview she gave a couple years ago to the media, explaining what her mission statement is, what she does, what you know, you get to hear her firsthand. We'll fill you in on that. There's not many media interviews on her, so this is a rare one. Let's listen in and find out some things, maybe, to get to know her a little bit.
Tonight, a story you'll see only on 8. A one-on-one interview with our region's top prosecutor on how her office plans to tackle gun violence, the opioid epidemic, and fraud.
8 News reporter Olivia Jaquith sat down with her this week. She's live in the Digital Center tonight with that story. And Olivia, what have you learned?
Well, Deanna, Eric, U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber tells me her office has several priorities going into the new year, many of which revolve around teaching young people the dangers of weapons. Now, that doesn't just include guns, but also opioids and even the internet. Gun violence, drugs, and fraud.
Anytime there's an opportunity for criminals to get easy money,
they will take advantage of it.
In a one-on-one interview with U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Jessica Aber, Central Virginia's top prosecutor says 2022 was a record year for taking illegal guns off the streets, but it also presented new challenges, such as COVID-19 scams.
Frankly, I don't see it as a crime that's going to go away, given the amount of money that was dispersed. What makes this all the worse is that these were funds meant for the most vulnerable among us, for distressed businesses, for individuals who lost their jobs at such a difficult time in our country's history.
By the end of fiscal year 2022, the Eastern District of Virginia collected more than $25 million in civil and criminal actions. But there was another disturbing statistic for our region.
1/3 of all of the firearms cases prosecuted in the Eastern District of Virginia came from Richmond. Identifying the right individuals who are driving the violence and prosecuting them. It's engaging with our communities to frankly seize as many firearms as we can that are illegally obtained.
That's why going into 2023,
Project Safe Neighborhoods has provided $500,000 in grants to community groups throughout the Eastern District of Virginia in the past year. Those include a basketball program for youth in Richmond. It includes a call-in program. It includes other community groups that seek to deter violence among young people and folks re-entering the community.
does that work? And if so, why?
There are plenty of studies that say it goes the right way, and some say it's a waste of money. I applied for this job because I believe that the trust between law enforcement and communities is really what we need to have a functioning criminal justice system.
The office also has its Unmasked program, going to school to talk about internet safety and the dangers of how it can be used to prey on children. And there's Project Recover.
After the EMTs administer Narcan to someone who is in an opioid overdose crisis, and they emerge and are revived, that peer recovery specialists, individuals in recovery, can meet with them, can talk to them, can give them an opportunity to explore recovery options in that very critical moment, instead of potentially returning to the street or jail, and try to change lives.
Now, in addition to other community programs geared toward addressing the opioid epidemic and gun violence with young people before those crimes happen, the U.S. Attorney's Office is making use of a relatively new tool, which allows law enforcement to take a shell casing and put together its story. Aber says it's revolutionary in the way they prosecute these crimes because of the ability to connect multiple offenses all together. For now, live in the Digital Center, Olivia Jake with 8 News.
So that explained a little bit about what her role was when she was the top prosecutor under Joe Biden. Biden appointed her in 2021. She was found dead this morning inside her Alexandria, Virginia home. Beverly Drive, the dispatch said 916 Beverly Drive. Now, what's going on here? I'm going to share a statement by the Alexandria Police Department. I mean, they put out a statement. It's pretty significant when you put out a statement. They don't put out statements unless, hey, they don't just put out statements on every single person that, dies inside of their home from a medical episode or found dead. There's people that die all the time. You go outside, you see ambulances racing all over the place. Every person that dies doesn't get a statement, but they put out a statement. They put out a statement, which is very interesting. Probably because she's a prominent person. She's a prominent person. Statement by the Alexandria Police Department, Beverly Drive death investigation. So there is an investigation. This morning at approximately 9:18, Alexandria Police responded to the 900 block of Beverly Drive for the report of an unresponsive woman. Other officers located a deceased woman. Following notification of family members, the Alexandria Police Department can confirm the woman as Miss Jessica Aber, 43, a former U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. As a matter of protocol, an investigation is underway surrounding the circumstances of her death. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner of Virginia will determine the cause and manner of the death. So it's a big deal. Now, some people said Trump would fire her here's a matter of protocol when it comes to U.S. attorneys, when it comes the incoming president all the time. Some might stay, but usually when an incoming president comes in and gets, January 20th, January 20th, probably a week or two before January 20th or all the way up to January 20th, most of the U.S. attorneys in each of the federal districts either resign. They usually resign beforehand or they get replaced, right? Because the new coming in administration wants a whole different philosophy on how crime works. So just before Trump came in, she was gone, right? She was gone. And I'll see if I can get the actual, see? Jessica Aber announced her resignation as the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia on January 17th. January 17, 2025, with her departure effective January 20th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Coinciding with the inauguration of Donald Trump. In her official statement, she did not provide a specific reason beyond reflecting on her tenure, stating, "I've had the privilege of spending my career as a prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia, working alongside talented, hardworking public servants who manage matters affecting citizens here and across the world. Concluding my service to the district as its U.S. attorney has been an honor beyond measure." She expressed gratitude to Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine, President Joe Biden, and Attorney General Merrick Garland for the opportunity to lead the office. Does she know something? A lot of people have a lot of questions. Now, we probably will get some answers soon, since this is like literally going like viral, not on YouTube, but right now it is all over the internet as far as media talking about it. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia put out a statement about this matter. I'm going to read this statement to you folks. I just want to show you what I'm reading right here. U.S. Attorney's Eastern District of Virginia statement from U.S. Attorney Eric, is his name, Siebert, on the passing of U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber. Jessica D. Aber. She is Jessica D. Aber. Okay? Found dead inside her home. 43 cardiac arrest. We are heartbroken, they say. We are heartbroken beyond words to learn of the passing of our friend and former colleague, U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber. She was unmatched as a leader, mentor, and prosecutor. And she is simply irreplaceable as a human being. We remain in awe on how how much she accomplished in all of her brief time in this world. Her professionalism, grace, and legal set the standard. Though we are devastated by this loss, each of us in the Eastern District of Virginia will look to her example and endeavor to live up to that standard. Jessica was a proud Virginian from high school through college and throughout her career. She loved EDVA, Eastern District of Virginia, and Eastern District of Virginia loved her back. We remain committed to her life's work, a commitment to seeking justice as she would have wanted. So they put out a statement. Investigation underway. People are talking. And there's a lot of things people are talking about. Like, again, we're not saying either or. We're just saying that, hey, this individual died this morning. Oh, too young. Plus, we're bringing public awareness. Look, media is on it now all over the place. Fox News, CBS News, ABC News, Washington Post, WJLA, NBC Washington, WUSA 9. So, a lot of people wondering what's going on. And I'm not going to lie, folks. A lot of people are saying, now, let me ask you all something. What's your thoughts on this Clinton body count thing that people are sharing, right? Because this is what I'm seeing the most out of this like conspiracy stuff. I'm seeing the most out of this Clinton body count thing. And the Clinton body count is a conspiracy theory, according to Wikipedia, centered around the belief that U.S. President Bill Clinton and his wife have secretly had their political opponents murdered. And then it just talks about the whole history of, these mysterious deaths from Don Henry and Kevin Ives to Victor Razor to Ian Spiro to Vince Foster. I know you heard the name Vince Foster, Mary Mahoney, Jerry Parks, Edward Wiley, Ron Brown, Jim McDougal, the McDougals, John F. Kennedy Jr. You just hear it. Is there any truth to any of that? Is there any truth to that when it comes to that? Because this is where this is going. I really do think this is where this is going, and I'm going to show you case in point. Not saying we believe it whatsoever. This could be totally, natural causes and everything like that. People are saying in the chat, she knew too much. People are saying in the chat, CIA. People are saying in the chat, Epstein. People are saying in the chat, whistleblower. People are saying a lot of things. People are also saying overdose. Ironically, she was, trying to tackle the opioid situation in the Eastern District of Virginia, Richmond. Coincidence or not coincidence? Now, I'm just going to show you when you put her in YouTube, a lot of people are talking. They're like, they have the eyeballs, they have the, the emoji where you're thinking like, People are saying Seth Rich, another one. The mysterious death of Seth Rich. This mysterious death of Seth Rich. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff out there, People are saying suspect. People are saying natural causes. What's your thoughts? We don't know anything else besides what people are saying, but it's spreading around. She actually had a Twitter account herself. But if you go down the Twitter, just put her name, Jessica Aber, in the Twitter, and you just scroll down, you can just see people are talking about it. But there are a lot of people are saying questions. A lot of people have questions. Eyeballs, look, eyeball emoji, eyeball. Aber was nominated during the Biden administration, August 10th, 2021. Somebody was playing this. I want to see what this is, folks. Give me a second. I guess it's something she's talking. Let me see if I can get this up right here. She talks here. We'll get this up. I think she's just talking about, let's see. Let's get this up. Stand by. All right, so we're going to listen in on this. Okay, we're going to listen in on this. This is what, this is something that has music and everything like that. A little like, let's see.
I serve because my first job was as a law clerk to a federal judge, and I had a front row seat to the work of assisting United States attorneys. I saw firsthand the good that prosecutors can do, that they review evidence, that they research the law, they meet with victims, and assess whether a criminal charge for that defendant is supported by the law and the facts, and whether it's the just outcome. It's an immense responsibility, and it's why government lawyers should be held to incredibly high standards. I serve because I want to take on that responsibility to help maintain a criminal justice system in which we all can trust.
What do you think? What do you think? Do we have something bad? Do we have a criminal case here or just natural causes? Another attorney general for the state of Virginia. A lot of people liked her, apparently. The attorney general for the state of Virginia, put out, I am saddened to learn the passing of Jessica Aber, whose career of public service included U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, and whose work with Ceasefire Virginia saved more lives than we have ever realized. Our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family. People are also saying COVID. There's a lot of things people are saying. A lot of things people are saying. And, we're just talking. We're just talking. We're just showing what people's thoughts, because there's a lot of opinions here. Lot of opinions. Let's continue to look on and see if we can find some more information here. This one was interesting, because the conspiracy theorists are going to come out, or people are going to try to connect the dots, or try to say things. This one stood out a little bit here. This one stood out. She was found dead in her home this morning. She spent years investigating and extraditing a defendant from Israel, people are putting out. He pleaded guilty to recruiting and facilitating the illegal entry of Israeli citizens in the United States with fraudulent visas. She's talking about somebody she prosecuted back in November of 2023 about fraudulent visas from Israel. See, people are saying things. People are saying things. They're going to connect the dots, and I don't think this goes away. Some people might say, hey, this swept under the rug. Rest in peace regardless. We don't support anyone's demise on JLR Investigates. It is sad. It is very, very sad when someone loses their life. But I have a lot of questions myself. And I wanted to share this out with all of you. I don't believe she had a Facebook account. She did have a Twitter account. Last tweets that she put out was basically her resigning from the Biden administration. This was her Twitter account here. U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber, official account of former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. And she says, serving as a U.S. Attorney has been an honor. EDVA is full of dedicated, extraordinary public servants. Thanks to everyone who kept up with the EDVA's fantastic work on X during my tenure. So, she put this out. She put out January 17th. Former CIA analyst Rasif Rockman of Vienna pled guilty today to retaining and transmitting top national defense information. Now, she prosecuted probably this case here. Yeah, she had to. She's the top law enforcement. So she's talking about a case here of an individual right before her resignation, somebody that pled guilty to retaining and transmitting top secret national defense information. I'm telling you, these prosecutors prosecute terrorists, spies. They prosecute a lot of people here. She's talking about violent crime down, civil rights division. I think she tackled a lot of fraud cases. The Eastern District of Virginia was known to get terrorists and espionage people. So, the prosecutor here is putting out things, who they arrested and who, in cases, drunken, threatening behavior on an airplane, felony. So she's talking about prosecuting someone that was on a plane that was drunk and the plane got diverted. So, yeah. So, I don't know what to think about this. What we can do is, again, I want to put that information out there. I want to put out that expect a lot of talk for a while, and also expect, even if they come up with the results, people are not going to be happy with that. But you got to think, if the medical examiner and police, say cause of death, got to take it as it is, right? Or do you? Other than that, I don't know what else to share on this case, but bringing attention. I felt like I would have come on. We were going to talk about all types of crazy crime like Tesla terrorism out there. But let me know what you think in the comments for sure. She was young, but, covering cases, we covered people with heart attacks, 20s, 30s. It could happen to anybody. And it's a reminder, man, be very grateful to be on this earth, and be grateful and spend every moment like it's your last, because you never know what could happen. She could be having a lot of times when these prosecutors leave being a prosecutor, they get into private legal practice or work for places, think tanks and different things like that. She probably had a lot of career ahead of her, right? You'd think 43 years old, 43, the average person lives into their upper 70s in the United States of America. So, she was halfway, like literally halfway through her life. Did she live alone and everything like that? That question, I don't know. I don't know who called 911. I don't know, can the government, I don't know. I'm not even going to go that route, but you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of questions. She lived on Beverly Drive. We're not going to show her house, but I can tell you it's a little cottage house. The dispatch call said Beverly Drive, Alexandria. I can tell you it's neighbors' homes are a little bit spread out. She lives in this little cottage home here. I'm not going to show it. I don't think it's appropriate to show her where she lived, but you could do your own research and find out. It's a $2 million home. It's a 3,500 square foot home. That's interesting too. 3,500 square foot home, a $2 million home. She was found dead in a $2 million home, 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. Do you really think she would be living alone in a 5-bedroom, 5-bath home that's worth $2 million, according to Redfin? That was last sold in February 28th, 2022. So, and a lot of people always ask the question, how does these government officials or these prosecutors or judges or elected officials, how do they live in $1 million homes on, a $200,000 a year salary? It is expensive there in Alexandria, Virginia, right outside D.C. How far did she actually live from D.C.? Let me see. I think she's like right outside. They'll just put Washington, D.C. I'm not going to share her. I'm not going to show her house. But she lived approximately 7 miles from downtown Washington, D.C. 7 miles away. So let me know what you think. We'll stay on it. And if anything else breaks, you will most likely hear it here on JLR Investigates. Sub the channel, hit the notification button. I'm signing off. We cover true crime 24/7, 365. Was this a crime? Was this a crime or just natural? Let me know what you think. We'll talk soon. Reporting from the JLR Batcave, west coast of Florida. Have a good night, everyone. Be safe out there. We'll talk soon.